Tonight on CTV News at 11:30. Frustration mounts over highway safety in the north.
This government refused to act, and we are still seeing accidents and closures all the time, and the winter is not even started.
Local leaders slam the province for what they say is a dangerous lack of action. Plus, a brazen round of break-ins.
It's disheartening that charities who their goal is to help people in need, that they've been targeted.
Police say Timmins charities were affected. And from big box deals to loving local.
Anybody that comes in and shops with us makes a big difference for us. It allows us to keep the lights on.
How supporting small businesses can make a big impact.
CTV News at 11:30 with Ian Campbell and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Friday night. Ian is off. Several Northern Ontario politicians say they're frustrated with the provincial government's lack of understanding when it comes to highway safety. This after major road closures this week. CTV's Angela Gemmell reports.
Between North Bay and Cochrane from January to September was closed for a total of 32 days. 32 days. We got that from the Ministry of Transportation.
The MPP for Timiskaming Cochrane is frustrated, not about the recent closure of Highway 11 due to a major winter storm, but that the provincial government doesn't seem to understand how often it happens.
62% of those closures were motor vehicle accidents. 21% were weather related. We get that. We have weather problems. And 17% were various other factors.
We're going to continue to ensure that we have those highways clear. We're going to continue to ensure that our winter maintenance program is enhanced like we have every single year, year over year, and ensure that we continue to have the safest roads in North America.
Vantoff and his northern colleague Guy Bourgoin say the minister isn't seeing the whole picture. These closures are about more than just weather.
The emergency room in Kapuskasing is closed because the on-call doctor is stuck on the road.
Oh, no.
Yet this government refused to act, and we are still seeing accidents and closures all the time, and the winter is not even started.
The closure earlier this week left some travelers parked on the highway for hours as the storm passed and crews cleared the snow.
Many of the towns and municipalities along Highway 11 will see quite a backup, usually of the commercial motor vehicles, because they don't have anywhere else to go, whereas your passenger vehicles, hopefully you can make alternate plans, but with the commercial motor vehicles, we do see lengthy backups.
It is a highway of national significance. Making it as good in Ontario as it is on all other parts of the country should be an issue the government should look at.
Despite numerous fatalities on northern roads, Bourgoin's highway safety bill was voted down earlier this week. And Vantoff says his continued calls for safer highways are being ignored. If the government plans to develop the Ring of Fire safely, Vantoff stresses the Trans-Canada Highway will need major improvements. Angela Gemmell, CTV News, Sudbury.
Investigators have deemed a fire in a vacant home in North Bay suspicious. Fire crews were called to this newly built home on Shallot Crescent around 9 last night. They entered the home and gained access to the attic to put out the blaze. The home was vacant at the time and the scene has been turned over to North Bay Police. A 16-year-old from Toronto has been arrested in a drug trafficking investigation in Sudbury. Sudbury police say they pulled over a vehicle in the city's Donovan neighborhood, arresting the teen along with a 37-year-old Sudbury man on a slew of charges after finding a loaded handgun, drugs, and more than $5,000 in cash. Timmins police say a series of recent break-ins occurred in the city which targeted local charities. CTV's Lydia Chubak has the latest.
The Rick Young Centre in downtown Timmins is synonymous with helping people in need, especially those who go hungry. The Timmins Food Bank and Anti-Hunger Coalition Timmins are the two main offices located in the building. Police say sometime between November 21st and November 24th, thieves gained access to the centre.
As a result of these break-and-enters, the Anti-Hunger Coalition is at a significant financial loss.
Beatty says ACT's office suffered extensive property damage and electronic devices were stolen.
It's disheartening that charities who their goal is to help people in need, that they've been targeted. Not that all break and enters aren't taken seriously and are difficult for businesses, but with the financial loss, it's my understanding that they've now had to shut down for a period of time.
According to a statement on its social media page, Anti-Hunger Coalition Timmins officials say, please know that while the office is currently closed to the public, the three of us are working hard to get back on track. We will lean on our community to help us in more ways during this time. Please stay tuned for more information, but also note that we are taking some time for our mental health as well right now. They say they are thankful for the support received so far, including a donation from the local No Frills grocery store. Police say they're now looking for 3 suspects, 2 males and 1 female. BD says if anyone knows who they are, report them to police or Crime Stoppers. BD says break-in attempts are happening at all sorts of businesses and adds, even if you think exterior doors are secure, do all that you can to reinforce them. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
A suspended driver flagged by an automated plate reader netted OPP drugs, cash, and a weapon. OPP in Cochrane pulled the vehicle over on Highway 11 and found the driver had drugs and had an imitation handgun along with $2,500 in cash. The 40-year-old faces drug and weapons charges as well as driving with a suspended license. Traffic complaints about an aggressive tractor trailer led to impaired charges near Cochrane. OPP received calls about a commercial vehicle tailgating and cutting vehicles off Tuesday night. When they pulled the driver over, police say they found signs of intoxication, open alcohol, and cannabis products in the vehicle. A 59-year-old man from Quebec City now faces a 90-day license suspension. Today is Black Friday, the unofficial start to the holiday shopping season. But tomorrow is Small Business Saturday, a day directed at helping small, locally owned businesses. CTV's Eric Tashner has more.
At Creative Learning Toys, owner Sean Splint is stocking the shelves, hoping for the start of a busy holiday shopping rush.
A little slow, but people are starting to realize that December 25th is not too far away, so they're starting to pick up.
The Chamber of Commerce is pushing its Shop Local message, especially this weekend, with holiday-themed events ready to get underway.
Tonight there's the outdoor winter market at the North Bay Museum. It goes from 5 to 9. The downtown Christmas walk on Main Street goes from 6 to 9. Tomorrow it's the Makers Market at Northgate Shopping Centre.
There's a renewed push. The Canadian Federation of Independent Business is urging shoppers to consider their local downtown merchants this Saturday on what's called Small Business Saturday.
It's wedged right between Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and it's really just an opportunity to support local entrepreneurs and shop local.
Not a new message, but perhaps this year a more important one.
There's about 5.8 million people that have been hired by small businesses.
Statistics show that for every dollar spent locally, that keeps 66 cents in the community, compared to just 11 cents at big box or online retailers. For brick and mortar business owners like Splint, having customers stop by this shopping season could make all the difference.
Anybody that comes in and shops with us makes a big difference for us. You know, it allows us to keep the lights on. We love all our local customers, and they're our lifeblood.
Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
The owner of Eco-Life Home Improvements in Sudbury has been found not guilty of 33 charges of fraud over $5,000. The judge rendered her decision this morning at the Sudbury courthouse, saying the Crown had failed to meet the burden of proof against David Murray. There were 40 complainants in the case who claimed they paid for improvements to their homes, but the work was never done or completed. The judge found Murray's testimony reasonable, that an unforeseeable set of circumstances led to a chaotic storm he was caught in, including staffing issues, manufacturers' delays, and illness. Northern Ontario's first private mental health walk-in clinic opened its doors in Sudbury this week. CTV's Lindsay Alick reports.
Social worker Joanne Bouchard and nurse practitioner Lisa Perizet partnered 6 years ago to develop a mental health walk-in clinic in Sudbury.
Our goal is to be able to provide our community with access to services that you're not waiting and, making all that overflow at the hospital. And sometimes that immediate intervention is needed right now, not in 6 hours or in 3 days.
Pathwell Clinic offers walk-in mental health assessment and crisis intervention. But since it is private, it costs patients $75 for 45 minutes with a clinician. Staff say they are working towards being covered by OHIP by April of 2026.
Not a lot of people have the funds, and that's what we're seeing. People on ODSP, people on welfare, people on different things. These are all people that probably can't work because of their mental health, and a lot of my patients are like that. So what do? Psychotherapy isn't covered for them, so we're really pleading with the government. They talked a lot about mental health in the last couple of years, and we're hoping that they would see the need.
NDP health critic and Nickel Belt MPP Frangilina says while this service is needed, she says it's ultimately the responsibility of the provincial government.
We have people who would love nothing more than to provide mental health care to the people of Northern Ontario. We have a government that refuses to fund them, because if you don't fund the public system, then the private system thrives. There's a lot of money to be made off the back of sick people.
The clinic is currently open 6 days a week, and Bouchard says the hope is to be able to open 2 more locations in the city's south end and the valley next year, as well as a location in Sault Ste. Marie. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
The union representing hospital workers in North Bay is hosting a town hall meeting next week to discuss the upcoming layoffs. 40 jobs were recently announced by the hospital. The union has been vocal about the upcoming job cuts and adds as many as 120 new staff are needed to keep up with patient volumes. Both the hospital and Nipissing MPP Vic Fideli have said these layoffs will not impact patient care at the hospital. Fideli adding that the province continues to invest more each year in the health centre. Time now for a short break here on CTV News. Coming up, we'll have your full weather forecast, and it's Friday, so what the weekend is going to look like. But for now, a look at the current conditions around the region. So we've got some cloud coverage moving through Chapleau and Wawa to Miskaming Shore. Some light snow falling in Timmins and Kapuskasing. Clear skies in Elliott Lake. Your full forecast coming up next.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Well, there's good news to start off the weather forecast for this evening. No storms to report in the northeast. We've had enough of that. We've got some colder weather, but some nicer weather over the course of the next couple of days. Forecast radar looking pretty good for tomorrow. A lot of sunshine in the forecast in the northeast. Then we've got some periods of snow come Sunday, so we'll take a look at those numbers momentarily. Here we go. Sudbury, Nickel Belt, sunshine tomorrow. Cooler, -4. Of course, the wind chill will also come into effect tomorrow morning. Periods of snow on Sunday, -5. Monday, sunshine, -8, -7. Tuesday, chance of flurries. Again, chance of flurries on Wednesday, -5 and -8. Sun and cloud come Thursday. Meanwhile, in Sault Ste. Marie, some snow tomorrow evening. Not during the day, a few flurries, but tomorrow evening, 5 to 10 centimeters of squalls wreaking havoc in the area of the Soo. -1, -2 on Sunday, chance of flurries. Chance of flurries again on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So again, take a look at these temperatures. Not severely cold, but you've got the chance of flurries no less for the next week or so. Your normal temperature this time of the year at +1. Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, chance of flurries. That's a bit of a reprieve from the last couple of days. -6 your high. Flurries on Sunday, -7, -9 Monday, sunshine. Tuesday, chance of flurries. More of the same on Wednesday and Thursday, -11, -7, and -12 your daytime highs. How about Temiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake? Mainly cloudy tomorrow at -5. Periods of snow, nothing substantial on Sunday, -5, -10 Monday. Colder with the sunshine. Tuesday, a little bit warmer. Chance of flurries. Chance of flurries on Wednesday and Thursday at 40 and 60% as well. But the overnight lows, check out -11, -17, -14, and -16 all next week. And a look now at North Bay, West Nipissing. How about mainly cloudy skies for tomorrow? -4. Periods of snow on Sunday. -1, -7 Monday. Some sunshine. Sunny breaks and the chance of flurries on Tuesday at -2. Wednesday and Thursday, well, Wednesday, chance of flurries at -4 and -7 on Thursday with the cloud cover. Amanda, no major storms to report, and that is good news, but colder. We do have some sunny breaks. Back to you.
That's all right, Rick. I'll take the cold. The sunshine is good too. A research project targeting an invasive fruit fly is looking to prevent the issue from attacking northern farmers. Collège Boreal says the pest has been wreaking havoc on Canadian crops. CTV's Madison Marier reports.
According to Collège Boreal, these tiny, invasive fruit flies are responsible for $6.8 million annually of yield losses.
As we see the impact of climate change, and in Northern Ontario, we see milder winters and longer, warmer seasons, warmer growing seasons, which both have great advantages as well as challenges. One of those is that pests from the south are creeping up north.
I noticed that the infestation of the insects on this year is very high than the past. When we did the monitoring on last year's, and instead this year, we noticed that the infestation is just going up.
The college's researchers are working with 3 local farms to reduce spraying frequency and biological control methods to lessen the impact of the pests on northern farms.
It's doing on another region such as Ottawa or maybe Toronto, but in Northern Ontario it's difficult for the farmer to have the research team to help us to do this research.
Collège Boreal is receiving $150,000 from the Ontario Agri-Food Research Initiative on the project.
He's been putting traps and tell me the numbers of those flies that are present, and that also helps to determine, so you're not having to do anything until it becomes more serious. So you're able to monitor throughout the entire season, see where the population is.
Collège Boreal is on the next step of testing different biological pesticides to see if they can reduce the infestation. And Deschâtelet is hopeful that they'll be able to find a long-term solution. Madison Marier, CTV News, Sudbury.
In the OHL, the troops marched to Kingston tonight to face off against the Frontenacs. The battalion took the win 4-1. The Sioux Greyhounds were also on the road tonight in Sarnia, pushing past the Sting 6-2. And the Sudbury Wolves were at home hosting their rivals, the Barrie Colts. Sudbury came out on top, though, 6-3. In the NOJHL, there were 2 games on deck. The Espanola Paper Kings were in Sault Ste. Marie tonight to take on the Sioux Thunderbirds. The Thunderbirds took the win 6-2, and the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners faced off against the French River Rapids, with the Gold Miners taking a 3-2 OT advantage. The league postponed 2 games tonight, Sudbury at Hearst and Powassan at Timmins, due to the weather and road conditions. Also, the game between Powassan and Hearst scheduled for tomorrow has been postponed. Those games will be rescheduled for later this season. The Sudbury Five announced a Northerner as their new bench boss. Joey Podister, a former Sudbury Five player and North Bay native, was named as the new head coach and GM for the Basketball Super League team today. Podister had been the assistant coach at Nipissing University since 2019 and has spent the last 2 years as the director of the Athlete Mentorship Program, a program that helps former athletes transition into new careers. In a press release, Podister says he can't wait to work and defend the throne. The Sudbury Five will start the season next month as reigning BSL champions.
Hockey This Week is brought to you by Rastall Nut and Bolt Company.
The Sioux College women's hockey team is a dynasty and is now being rewarded for its dominance on the ice. The Cougars have won 3 consecutive national championships in Division II of the American College Hockey Association and recently accepted a promotion to the top level for next season.
Since I first started playing hockey, I've always wanted to play some sort of D1, get to that top level. So it means everything to me to be able to get there and be on a team and actually be able to play and contribute.
We're awfully proud of what they've done. It's not going to be an easy chore. ACHA Division I hockey is very, very competitive. But our women have earned it and they've deserved it, and they've been sort of the flagship program for us for the last 3 years.
Half of the team has at least one championship ring, and while winning is the goal, players and coaches agree that it's clear there is a skill gap between the team and many of its current opponents. Goaltender Farah Farstad says that getting in the zone can be difficult when the team in front of her is in command of most games.
Honestly, it's really challenging, especially when we can go periods where I get maybe 1 to 2 shots, so it's really hard to stay focused and just be ready, because out of the blue you can randomly get a breakaway or get bombarded with shots.
Recruitment for a team with the hardware of Sioux College is already strong, and moving to a division that's seen as a breeding ground for Canadian university hockey is expected to lead to more options for these athletes.
We're anticipating a lot more of our women will be on a pathway that continues their career to maybe a bigger institution than ours, and continues to see their career move forward.
The excitement for next season may be high, but the Cougars are not forgetting the task at hand. Whether it's their last or only shot at a Division II ring, these women are committed to the four-peat and ending their time in the division with another national championship.
We want to finish on top, no matter if you've won, if you haven't won. I think the competitiveness in this group and as a coaching staff, we always want to win, and to kind of cap off Division II with another win would be really, really, really cool.
Corey Nordstrom, CTV News, Sault Ste. Marie.
Hockey This Week is brought to you by Rastall Nut and Bolt Company.
Students at St. Benedict Catholic Secondary School's robotics team just earned their first ever championship title. The team competed in the first Tech Challenge regional competition recently and took top spot for their robot. This crew only began learning about and building robotics a year ago, and we're thrilled to have come away with the top prize. Congratulations to all. And still ahead tonight on CTV News. This holiday season, one Sudbury home is proving that the best decorations are the ones that give back. Details next. A Sudbury couple has turned their yard into a festive wonderland for a good cause, helping fill the shelves of the local food bank. This is Sylvie and Daniel Choquette's display at 1199 Dollard Street in New Sudbury, which they call the Candy Cane Festival. This is the second year they've gone above and beyond to decorate their home, starting as early as October. They give out hot chocolate and prizes every Friday and Saturday night from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Cash donations and non-perishable items are welcome in support of the Edgar Burton Food Drive.
It's actually my husband who wanted to take over because the Rock Festival of Lights ended last year, and we were kind of bummed out that they weren't doing it anymore. So he started last year doing a small food drive, and then this year we just kind of did it bigger. We started off with both illuminations with the lights on the house, and then we just kind of grew from there.
It's just basically just doing something good of the kindness of our hearts, and doing something fun and basically everybody can enjoy, and get the whole community involved and get the young members also donating as well, get them involved as well.
Oh, I just think it's amazing. It's absolutely beautiful. They've put a lot of work into this, and I've witnessed it.
It's a wonderful thing that the community gets together and supports others, especially, like I said, at this time. It's just the atmosphere is great. It's fun to see the lights and the decorations and everything like that. So, yeah, I love that it's on my street.
And another event collecting food bank donations is Light Up Rotary Park at Sudbury's Adenac Ski Hill. There will be a mini holiday market, free s'mores and chocolate, and of course, Santa will be paying a visit. It will be going on from 5 to 9 p.m. tomorrow night. The CPKC holiday train will be pulling into Northern Ontario this weekend. This year, country musicians Jade Eagleson and Tegan Gaze will be performing. The holiday train will also be helping local food banks along its journey. You can catch the holiday train here in the north starting Sunday in MacTier with several stops including Parry Sound, French River and Sudbury. On Monday, the train will head to Cartier, Chapleau and White River, and Tuesday the train continues further north. And that takes us to the end of our newscast. Thanks for spending a bit of your Friday night with us. I hope you have an amazing weekend. Good night.